Hey folks, so we're going to have a go at this one today. This is the second case from the afternoon session on Saturday. All I know really is that people found it horrendously difficult and it was about backgammon. So we're going to dive on in. We're going to just change this to white, hide the answers and hide column F. I will just say I can see there's a lot of reading here, and I know at least one person on the live stream English wasn't their first language, and they were talking about how they were struggling just getting through this wall of text. Even with English as my first language, I struggle with these ones with a lot of writing. I understand the need to explain these cases, but our goal here isn't meant to be English comprehension. Yeah, let's start the clock and see how we get on. So it's based on backgammon, so I actually have played backgammon quite a lot. So we'll just have to read through these rules and make sure that they are actually following backgammon rules and they don't change the rules, because they may have changed the rules for the sake of the case. Your object is to race your checkers up to 15 in total across 24 slots, called points. First into your home and then into the goal, before your opponent does the same. They can only be moved from the home area off the board when all the checkers are in the home area. This is called bearing off. Two players called white and black take turns rolling a pair of dice, and checkers are moved according to their dice values. In normal backgammon, players can choose which checkers to move, but for this case, they have rules that tell them. Fine. Below is an example board position. Where? There. Okay, so they've stretched, normally it would be on two sides of the board, but they have stretched it out to be all the way across, which is fine. Probably helps us. I also see they've listed some symbols here and a little dice lookup table, which I don't know if we're going to use that, but we already have a way of looking up dice, but we might use this to create our lookups if we need to look up which is white and which is black, so that's fine. White moves from left to right, black moves from right to left. They've already passed each other and are heading towards the goal, but neither is ready to bear off. Is that true on all the cases, I wonder? Or is that just for the example? Points numbered 1 to 24. Okay. The closest point to the goal is 1, and the farthest point has been 24. White's 24 is the same as black's 1, because white moves the opposite way to black. For each player, the home area is their points 1 to 6. Rules for moving checkers, here we go. 2 dice are rolled each turn and they're considered separately. Oh, so far so normal. A roll of 5-3 is not the same as 6-2. Rolling 5-3 means one checker can move 5 spots and one checker can move 3. Rolls of 5-3 and 3-5 is considered the same, and the order of the dice values does not matter. The highest single number will always be played first. Okay. I think that's just to make the rules simpler. In levels 4 and 5, doubles are rolled, which means the player gets to move 4 times instead of 2. That's normal rules, that's fine. At each time when selecting which checker to move, always choose a checker that is farthest away from the goal. Okay, not the best strategy normally, but fine. The real strategy would be harder to model. There is one exception when bearing off. Move a checker from the point value that was rolled into the goal, unless that point is empty, in which case move the checker from the highest remaining point value. If this highest point value was less than the dice value, the checker goes into the goal. You're only allowed to bear off when everyone is in your home. Remember, when bearing off, if you need to move a dice higher than your highest point checker, the checker goes to the goal, and the difference between the dice value and the point value is called wasted pips. Okay. That's a lot of reading. We are 3.5 minutes in and we've not done anything yet. To make the game more exciting, 3 bonus questions. Consider the suggested boards for level 2 to 5, 7 boards in total. Okay, so the boards are reasonably static, that's good. What is the pip count for these boards? See level 1 for pip count definition. Oh my goodness, there's even more writing on level 1. Bonus 2. What is the total pip value? Is that the same as pip count? Counting doubles is 4 times the value of the dice. okay, pip value of the dice as opposed to the pip count of the checkers for the data of the 25 games to level 4. Include dice data given for turns not needed in the game. So we can do that without a thing, that's fine. Well, there's a sum total of all wasted pips in level 2 games, so you can't do that until you've done level 2. Okay. Let's just crack on with these bonuses, because you only get the bonuses if you're the first person to them in the live version. So we're going to vertically stack the levels 2 to 5. The boards from 2 to 5. So I guess there's only white checkers on there. There's black and white on there. Black and white on there. And then that's 4, so 1, 2, 3, and then 4 is 7. Okay. And what's the rules for pip counters? So that was in level 1. Each checker has a pip. Oh, I don't like the use of English here. Each checker has a pip value, and then they refer to what is total pip count. But here they've used pip count to be the pip count and pip value to be the dice. So pip count is the checkers and pip value is the dice, but then they use pip value here. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Each checker has a pip value equal to the number of the point where it is located. That is because the checker requires that many dice to reach the goal. The player's pip count is the sum of the pip values. But then you're talking about pip value of dice. Oh. Comparing your pip count to your opponent's pip count is a way of measuring if you are ahead or behind in the race. Games 1 to 5 have only white checkers, games 6 to 15 have only white and black checkers. Okay, so it looks like bonus 1 and level 1 are essentially the same thing. So, let's pop that there. Index 1. Checkers equals choose rows of this. 1. B1. Level 1, and we're going to make this a choose based on this, and they're choosing either that bonus ones or they are choosing this. Okay. We're going to need white and blacks, so that can be white, that can be black, and we're going to need a way of getting our numbers, so get pips, that's going to be a lambda based on the die value, and it's going to be the Unicode of the die value, take away 9855. And then we can just check this and get pips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Bonus 1, we need to know first car. So we're just going to get the first character from those. And we're going to say black count is if this equals black, then the length of this, otherwise 0. And then white count is going to be the same thing, but with white. And then we need which way around? We can just copy this, can't we? White is left to right, black is right to left. Perfect. Black pip, white pip, and this is going to be this times this, and this is going to be this times this, and then we want the sum of the whole lot and then we want to do this. Level 1 bonus 1 and create data table. The row is the level and the column is the index, and we need automatic calculations on. $319, good. And then the sum of those is 1028. What is the total pip value for all the dice in level 4? We're just going to grab all of these dice. It didn't say examples. Are there 25 there? There are. Cool. So we're just going to put this whole array into a column. We're going to get the pips of the leftmost there, and we're going to do the same with the right, and then we're going to sum them up, and then we're going to sum those up. 14148. What's the total pip value? Oh, counting doubles is 4 times. Okay, so we just need to make this say that if this is equal to this, then it's 4 times that. Otherwise it's the sum. Is that going to change it? It changes it by about 2000. Ooh. And we can't do that till we've done level 2, so let's get on to level 2. 15 minutes in and we haven't actually got very far. Okay. Level 2. A constant board is used for all the level 2 games. It only contains 15 white checkers that are already in the home area. They're in the bearing off phase. For level 2, none of the dice will be doubles. The game is over when white's final checker has been moved into the goal. For each game, determine on which turn number the game ends. Level 3 is a single board, but now is white and black. All checkers begin in the home area. The 2 players take moves according to the dice rolls, so if black moves first, how do you know he moves first? Oh, it tells you, okay. Black moves first on... Oh, this is so complicated. The game is over when either player has moved all their checkers to the goal. The dice for this level do not contain doubles. Some games begin with white moving first, some games begin with black moving first. Determine on which turn the game ends. Level 4 is same as level 3 but contains doubles, so they move 4 times instead of 1. This might be 4 different checkers, or 1 checker 4 times, or 1 checker 3 times and 1 once, or 2 checkers 1 time each and 1 twice, or... oh my goodness. All checkers begin in the home area, so both players in the bearing off stage. Do we even want to look at level 5? Level 5 is different boards depending on the game. Some checkers are in the midfield section of the board. There's no possible interaction between the white and black checkers. That's good, because in actual checkers you can take people and send people back, so that's good. We are not going to get this far. Okay, let's just build level 2, and if we're clever we can then extend. Level 2's even got the starting thing in there. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we can pretend that we're building level 3. But we can just build it up. So white is that one, and black is that one, and the board is just this. Okay, and the dice rolls are how many dice rolls do we have? We have 80, and in level 3 and 4 and 5 we also have 80, so that's fine. This is really a case of if you can build one model you can do the whole lot, but good luck building that one model. So that's just going to be 80, and this is just going to be the modulo of that based on 2 to tell us whose go it is, but that's only in level 3 onwards. Okay, so why did I do that? I did that because we're going to need this down here. Rolls. Roll 1, roll 2 equals left of this and 1, and we can get the pip from that, and we can get the pip from the second roll, and we can have a look at highest roll, lowest roll, and that's going to be the max of those two, and that's going to be the min of those two. And then it's double. We shouldn't have any doubles in this one, but that's just simply are those two things equal to each other. We have less than 10 minutes left, and I'm not entirely sure where we're going, and we're only level 2. Okay. First die movement. So we're going to want that transposed, and we're going to want that transposed with a let data if data equals blank, then blank otherwise data to get rid of those zeros. I'm going to want to do that on this as well. Does that mean we then don't need it on this one? Just out of interest. Yeah, it does. Cool, because it's treating them as blank strings as opposed to anything else. Let's just check that this still counts this as length 0. It does. So, what are the rules again? The rules are if you have one that is on that square. So let's move these down and build some rules. So have one on that square. So this is our highest rolling die, and we're going to look up this within this and return this, and we're going to lock that one there on the column. And we want the length of it is greater than 0. In fact, we don't need length. It's greater than 0. We can just say it is not blank. Okay, so that's the first thing. So if it's on there, we just move it off. Just move off. If we don't, then we move the farthest away checker. Farthest away checker equals filter this based on the length of this so it just treats zeros as falses. That's fine, but we do need to lock that in, and then we want the max of that, and then we want moved to, and that's this, take away this. Okay, so the first thing we do is we check if this, and if that is true, then we remove a checker from it. No, hang on. If that is true and the number equals our die movement, then we move it. And the other time that we move it is that that's not true and this is equal to our farthest away checker. And if that's the case, we want the left of this by the length of this minus 1. And if that's not true, we just want that. Value. So this needs to be locked on the row, and this needs to be locked on the row, and this needs to be locked on the row, and all of these need to be locked on the row. You're getting in my way, Excel. We only have 4 minutes left and we've not got through level 2. Should we just give up and well, something right there. Okay, so these ones in fact we don't want to lock, but the green one in fact we do. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 1, 0, 1. Okay, but if that's not true, then you can also move one onto it. So we also want to have an if and this isn't true, locked on the row, but this locked on the column is equal to this locked on the row, and white, otherwise nothing. Oh my dear. So that's because these are not in fact dynamic ranges. And that's because we start having errors, but that's fine. Okay, are all off. That's the max length of these. Equals 0. True. And we're going to put an if error true. Oh my goodness, we are out of time. Okay, so the second die movement is going to be that one. Okay. This is just going to be this. And then this is going to be the result of the first one. Okay. Okay, but that means actually that this one, this one, dismiss this. Oh my goodness. Let's keep the stopwatch going, because we do technically have 2.5 minutes left. Let's do the old run between, let's say, 10 and 80. See if we get lucky on any of these points. Paste that. Paste that. Paste that. Okay, and let's see if we can just really quickly work out what was going wrong. So this then wants its starting position so it's actually taken from here. It's going to tell me that's a circular reference and it's going to shout at me, but that's fine. Right, it needs to be that one. Okay. So that's that one. This one wants to be checking against this one. Okay, we didn't do that in time, but that's fine. I just want to see if it works. No, okay, that doesn't work. Let's just run between these ones. Oh my goodness. Well, that was not a good case. Got level 1 right. And did we get anything right by chance? No. Ooh. Well, let's just have a look at how people actually did. That was an insane case. Okay, it's not on there yet. But I've got it on my emails, so that's fine. Ooh. If we get a case like that on Thursday, I am going to be crying into my pillow. Latest bracket. What was this? This was the afternoon round. Round 2. 416 points. How did anybody score points on this? 890 points. 810 points. Oh, I'm gonna have to go see how Jared tackled this and see if I can learn from that. I think that's going to be what we do the next couple of days, because some people really did know how to tackle it, and then other people clearly had no idea. I mean, oof. Imagine having that much reading. I hope we don't have that much reading. I hope we can actually just get on and solve a case. Yeah, I guess we'll see you on Thursday. Okay. Might have another go at this once I've seen how Jared tackles it, and see if I can emulate it without following along. And see if I can watch that, digest it, and copy it. But yeah, not a fan of this case. Oh my goodness. At least we got both of those right. I think that's... can take that as a win. Okay. Yeah, thanks for joining me, and join me on Thursday morning at 8 AM to see me in the live stream, hopefully on an easier case than this. Alright, that's all. Bye for now.